And it's recording. Okay.
Breathe in.
Let's do it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first podcast of BTS Borabang, a podcast for Army by Army. My name is Bia.
And I'm Jess.
Yes, and today we have decided to start our very first episode doing a review on one of the most versatile BTS albums ever released yet. Yes, but first, we should kind of explain this peculiar setting. So, Jess, do you have anything to say?
Well, as you all know, we can't really leave our houses or go outside in any way, shape, or form. So basically, we're doing a Zoom meeting because we have no other way of being in the same area.
Yes, due to drastic circumstances that have unfolded in the last couple of months, we, just like many millions of people in this world, have taken safety measures in following quarantine orders from our local government officials. And since Jess and I live quite far away from each other, we are unable to meet. And we were too ambitious in wanting to get this idea through. Hence, here we are. We ended up jumping into that Zoom bandwagon. So, anyways, what will we be doing today, Jess, specifically?
So, as you all know, I know y'all don't like seeing these random people on YouTube, reviewing BTS music when they don't really have any idea what they're talking about. So that's what we're gonna do. We know what we're talking about. So we're gonna try and do our best, and hopefully you guys agree with our opinions.
Because we've been streaming. They probably won't be agreeing with our opinions because we all have different opinions. We might not have the same opinions ourselves.
That is true.
That's gonna be pretty funny.
I mean, what opinion can we disagree with? The whole album is a bop.
There's one specific song that we won't disagree on, that's for sure. But anyways, we'll talk about that later. Anyways, what we're talking about? Oh yeah, versatile. Whew, it's been a long day, y'all. So we're going to be doing a review on BTS Map of the Soul 7. It's going to be a little bit shortened because of the fact that we already know Map of the Soul Persona, which is a big chunk of the album. And since we heard that many times, we're just gonna get cut to the chase and do 7 instead. Yes.
So we're gonna start track 6, interlude Shadow. Yes, it is track 6.
You know what I've noticed?
Because I memorized the entire track list. I got you.
Listen, it's this past 2 months have been a blur.
That's fine.
You know what I noticed? In Map of the Soul 7, there is no microcosmos.
Don't mention that.
And there's no home.
First things first. Big hit. I don't know what they decided. Listen, Make It Right. We love Make It Right. Make It Right is a good song. But how are they gonna make 45 remixes of one song and then still put that song on the album?
They made it
Home?
wrong.
How did they do Home that way? Microcosmos? Are you kidding me?
Okay, let me
What?
listen, but they have a powerful one on the Map of the Soul 7 side of the album.
Yeah, that's why that's why they took out Microcosmos, because of the whole weird bulletproof.
But why?
Which is understandable. But Home?
Yeah, like Home,
really?
Hello? Like I know you have something against Florida, but like the Latin vibes? What's wrong with it?
Anyways.
Especially nowadays in quarantine times?
It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. We will forgive them because they gave me what I've always done.
Listen,
but it's okay. We'll talk about that when we get there.
Yes, we will. We will. So, let's cut to the chase and get this through. All right. So we're going to be listening to Shadow. It is
just a little bit.
A solo track in the Map of the Soul series overall. And
personally, I don't know the situation of this podcast. Like, do I use his government name? Do I use his stage name? Like, what do I use?
Whatever you feel comfortable with.
I'll just say Yoongi. There we go. I personally think, I don't know, that man, his lyrics are just, they hit. Like, I feel like if I were able to properly understand Korean, I feel like this song would be one of my favorites, only because of just the lyricism and how he's just, I don't know, he's just so deep with everything. And I feel like this song especially, I feel like it definitely relates to him a lot more than anyone else, only because I know how much anxiety he had, you know, originally joining BTS and all that stuff, and how he didn't want to be, how, you know, that one, I don't know if you remember, but how like that one time, I think it was after they won their first award for I Need You. He like cried in the shower and the whole anxiety thing, and I felt like super bad. And I feel like this is kind of like, it's touching on that, you know, like he doesn't want to get to a point where they'll end up falling. And I think that's why I like, this is probably one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, it's something that every artist as a whole, you know, you can actually see in this song how he has a goal, he wants to be something, but at the same time he doesn't want to fall into that. You know, it's that constant struggle that they have between wanting to be like, you know, they want to be stars, but at the same time they don't want to forget who they are, which I think that it was really good for Big Hit overall to put this song as the first one, because it kind of settles the meaning of the album, you know, what they were trying to convey. And honestly, like, it's very Minyoongi, honestly. That ending, you know, towards that ending section, that it was like, oh,
yeah,
wow, it was unexpected.
That part hit. That part, like in a concert. Are you kidding?
Oh, it's gonna be great. Like, if they do it, it's gonna be really awesome. I feel like they probably will do the solos. I think the duets and the trio that they have in Persona, they're gonna be doing it for Festa instead. Which I'm
Most
totally.
likely.
I mean, I'm sad, but at the same time, I'm happy.
Listen, all I know is, guess who's buying that package?
No, definitely. Like,
guess who's spending $60 to watch Friends live? Me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Me.
You're basically spoiling how we're gonna be looking forward for that song. But
it's fine. They already know.
It's already cool.
Anyone who knows me knows that that's exactly what I was talking about at the very beginning.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, when this song first came out, the video is gorgeous. I loved it.
The video was very like the effects with the glass breaking. I felt like that was just the wow. I mean, I felt like this song, especially like how you were talking about how it's kind of like the start for the 7 section. I definitely think it's a very good transition between Map of the Soul Persona to Map of the Soul 7.
It's in Bangtan TV. Don't they
Where?
In Bangtan TV, they don't have it like the album?
They do, but the thing is, they have it, it's like the songs that have music videos, they put the music video version instead because Big Hit is an audio auntie.
Disappointment. So, the next song of the album.
Girl, can I spell? Hello?
Oh.
You know what? I'm gonna bless whoever made this. Give me one second. Yes, thank you. We love you.
Yes.
Anyways, this. Can I just say?
Okay, this.
Can I just say? This was kind of like the taste that we got to the album, because this song came out as a single before the whole album came out. When they did this song on James Corden, I kid you not, I think I shed a tear, only because the choreography, it's unlike anything they've ever done.
Yes, no, and definitely. Eventually, Big Hit had to come through with Jimin Dancing Contemporary for one of their songs. And what they did, because that's what we needed in this lifetime. Let me just start off from the very beginning. When the first video came out, what's it called?
Yes.
2 hours later.
Art film. The Black Swan art film.
Yes, there we go.
By MN Dance Company. When that video came out, first of all, I was completely confused. When it first started. Because like at first I'm like, what's up with these people? But then of course and Dance Company, so it kind of hit me. I'm like, oh, it's an actual contemporary. Okay, wow. And then when it's just the first chord started playing, I was like, oh my god, this is completely different, and I am digging it. Like, it literally touched my soul. I would be watching this song, like this video, several times because of how beautiful everything sounded. And it was creepy because I was so not used to it. But their voices, like this edit of the song, is one of my favorites.
I
Like,
agree.
I like the real version, like studio version. But this one video, like I would dig if they do a performance of their dance with this version of the song, because it will work
I
out.
agree. It gives more of the dramatic feel, because this song, especially the choreography, it's a very dramatic song.
Mm-hmm.
The choreography obviously in itself, and so I think that the orchestral version, it hits, you know.
I really like, because I also feel like that one version is going to, it will give a lot more emotion to it, and what, you know, just the lyrics of what they're trying to, you know, express in the song. You know, I think it would be like, that would be really nice if they ever do it in a concert. I mean, we'll all be crying.
Yeah, honestly.
I'm just saying, like, if they put this dramatic version in an album, I'll be totally fine with it, because I love it. And then again, the studio version, it's the dance is amazing. When it came out in James Corden, I was like, yes, period.
So
But
now we are in the realm of solo songs.
yes.
You go first, because I have a lot to say.
I have a lot to say too, homie.
That's our baby. That's our baby.
That's the love of my life. Like, I love this man. And like, how much of a little... Ugh. Okay.
Anyways, how did you, when you originally heard this song, what were your...
heard this song, okay, so I did not expect this, because again, when this song started the first time that I listened to it, I already knew how it was gonna lead to, because I mean, that's the typical sexy atmosphere that a Latin song takes you to. And I was like, oh my god, this is my end. This is literally my end. And it's just, I'm wow, just the falsettos and his voice, his like honey-like voice, and I just died. And then I read the lyrics, and I was like, I can't believe he does this without shame. It's like a Pied Piper Part 2.
That is the truth, honest.
He knows he's beautiful. He knows that everybody's crazy about him. He knows.
He's aware. Fully aware. I mean, hey.
No, hey, no.
He didn't stay #1 on the brand reputation list for a whole year for nothing.
He is Korea's it boy.
Exactly.
I mean,
Jimin.
He's loved by men. We're okay with that.
Guys, gals, non-binary pals, it doesn't matter. Jimin got them all. For me, it's like, okay, because like when I listen to the song, I kind of like low-key, like subconsciously compare it to like Serendipity and Lie.
Yes.
First things first, me personally, Lie always have a special place in my heart. So I don't, Filter is like, I feel like if Lie didn't have that place, Filter wouldn't be up there.
Right.
Because it's just, I don't know, the feel of this song is just so chef's kiss. It really is. It's just his voice. He has a very like, the thing that he does, I can't describe the thing that he does with his voice, but it's very like, it's like a siren. That's like, and it's very obvious and louder than bombs. Literally, which we will get to.
Yes. I mean, it's just
something
like
that reels you in.
Like there's like a honey there that kind of attracts you. And
it's like this little twing. I don't know.
Yes. And you know who noticed that? This is a reference from my mother when we're listening to the car. She was like, his voice is very like soft. You know, like there's some attraction to it. And I'm like, yeah, basically it's Jimin. Yes. I agree. I totally agree with that. I expected actually like very indie-like. You know, like a very indie-like, because that's his vibe. That's what I see.
When I think Jimin, I think more R&B, because that's what he usually listens to. I mean, this obviously isn't really R&B. It's I don't know how to describe this genre at all. Like Latin.
This is Latin pop.
Latin pop, Latin pop.
And I like it because it shows how versatile he is. He's very like broad in his style, and it fits him perfectly. I mean, I honestly I approve. like
100%. Stamp of approval.
Yes, but yeah, I expected something more like delicate, like Serendipity. Serendipity still has me crying up to today, and it's been like 3 years. Oh my god, it's been 3 years?
Literally.
Holy crap. Wow, now I'm emotional. I expected something very soft. I'm like, oh, here we go, something very emotional. And then this hits, and I'm like, whoa. Okay. Thank you, I guess. It's been a wild ride with this man.
It has. And it's even been a wilder ride with this next man when he pops up.
Oh, wow. All right. So this bop is so Jungkook. This song is so Jungkook. Like I feel like he's more R&B type. You know, for sure. What do you have to say? I'm gonna let you speak first.
Okay, so mind you, when I first listened to this album, it was 5 a.m.
Yes.
And so originally this song, at first I didn't realize it was his solo song until I got way well into the middle of it. Mind you, it was 5 a.m. But right now, one of my favorite songs on the album. I cannot tell what it is about this song that makes it so addicting. It has to be his vocals for sure. But it's just, this is so like, it's a vocal style that he hasn't done before, but he killed it. Like he made it his. I don't know how else to put it other than he did that.
It's funny because this song, when it first came out, I mean, I heard it was like, okay, this is so Jungkook. At the same time, it reminded me of a Justin Bieber song, and I was like, okay. I mean, I see it though because he's always been referenced as, you know, Justin Siegel, this and that, and typical. But the thing is, from what I thought, his voice goes into like a roller coaster. You know, like he has such a great control of his voice. You know, he has ups and downs that he makes, like just from the beginning, like, you know, I'm not allowed to be in a movie all the time, you know, and it's like it's really hard to maintain that. And I just found it really it's just really good. There's not really much to say.
Now this song definitely, it's probably one of the most like top 5, I think, for me, is this song.
And very catchy.
Yeah, super catchy.
I did not expect it to be very American. Like there's a lot of English. And,
yes, you know, but I think that's also because of who wrote the song? Was it? I don't think it was Namjoon that wrote the song. I don't remember. No, because I remember the person who produced the song is the same guy that is producing JK1 that we should be getting anytime soon.
Yeah. Oh, Namjoon was part of it. He wrote like.
Well, yeah. I know he wrote. He was saying that. Well, there was one song he didn't write, and we all know what song that is. Again, I literally cannot like not talk about this song. I am sorry.
We need to control ourselves. The next one is written by Troye Sivan. And it is a song that it took me a while, like it had to grow on me for some particular reason. I know it's weird, but now I'm obsessed with it. Listen, I can explain. I guess I was just really hyped up with, like, you know, just overall with the whole album. And then I had to be really, really depressed to feel the song. Yeah, I had to. I'm sorry, I had to. Like,
no,
you
it's
have
fine.
to have
you
a
don't
mood.
have to apologize.
And now I'm obsessed with it because I'm just listening to it and I'm like, oh my god, the power. Louder than bombs. Hits the feels. And I see Troye Sivan on it, his input on this song, which honestly I am grateful for it. Yes. And it's just really good and very powerful. Love vocal line. I love vocal line, but I love even more Yoongi's part.
Really?
Yes. For some reason, Yoongi's part is so like.
For me, I mean, I agree. But the thing is, because Yoongi has that like whenever he raps, he like puts his emotions into like First Love. I don't know if like First Love is definitely one of the songs where like literally like you can hear him, like you can literally hear his emotions, and it's kind of like that's the kind of vibe he's giving off here. But for me, I don't know what it is about Hobie, man. I don't know what it is about Hobie.
Listen, but this man is supposed to be a vocal. It's
not even that. It's just his flow. Anyways, that's not what I'm here to talk about. This song, I was so shook of how much I liked it. I had to go back and listen to it. This song was probably the first one, like the one that instantly was like, yes, number one. This was my favorite song on the album. Well, no, I can't even say that because I listened to track 15 first, but we're not gonna talk about that yet.
I mean, we've been talking for the past half hour.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
this song is probably number two for sure. Number 2, and then right next to it is We Are Bulletproof. But this song.
Well, this song, like in the morning for me, it took me a while to grow on it because I was really hyped up from the other song. But then I heard it in the car, and my car has really good bass. And when your car has a really good bass and it hits you in the guts, and you're like, yes, I'm feeling the sorrow, I am fine, I'm okay.
The bass makes any song 10 times better, and I kid you not, this is the exact song and that suits that case.
Yes, literally. 100%. So yes, Louder Than Bombs is one of like high up there. Okay.
Moving on to one of their best title tracks.
Yes, Jess. Yes. Thank you. Freaking thank you.
Listen, I will say it loud and I will say it proud. I know half of us armies are not today aunties, DNA aunties.
Facts.
What else?
Mic Drop was pretty famous.
No, nah. Mic Drop, everybody loves. Mic Drop is everybody's. Nope. Honestly, though, the thing is, I don't blame them. Only because I am in love with those songs. Only because I am in love with like EDM as a genre in itself, like Idol.
A lot of people did not like Idol. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of people did not like Idol because of the way it sounded, which is fine because, like I said, you know, the reason why BTS is BTS is because they make music that appeals to everybody. You know, whether it's EDM lovers, R&B lovers, whatever the case may be. But this song, are you kidding me? Okay, first thing is first. Jimin, he's starting off the song. Godlike vocals, right? And then his best buddy V, his best buddy Taehyung, what? He comes from behind and he just layers his deep ass vocals just like on top of that, and he just wow. And then Namjoon's rap, wow. Yoongi's rap, wow. And then wait. When it's the switch from like Jimin doing to finishing off the chorus, and then it goes into Hobie's rap, I teared. That was so beautiful. Like Hobie's rap is he's just so talented. I don't know how to describe it. I just and then Jungkook's the bridge of all bridges, And how can you not think?
You can't forget Dancing Master Jin.
Listen, I'm a little upset, and I'm sure everyone else is too, at the fact that he wasn't. I mean, of course he was in the dance break, but he wasn't in like how it was in the beginning. It was Tae, Jimin, and Hobie, and then it was Yoongi. Okay, but wait, Yoongi center? That's a conversation we'll have for another day. I need a whole. We're gonna do a whole podcast on Yoongi being in the center. But I was a little bit upset at the fact, and a lot of people were as well, at the fact that Jin didn't really get like a staple part in the dance break. He was kind of put off to the side, and I felt a little, I didn't really feel too good about that.
I get it. I mean, I totally agree. When this song came out, okay, let me explain. I really loved the fact that there was no trailer for it, so we didn't know what the hell went on. You know, it was so like, oh my god, it could go into like super depressing or hype as hell. And I thought because of Black Swan, I expected depressing. But at the same time, it was like kind of like, who knew? Because also Eagle was released. and I was like, what are we gonna get? When On came out, I have an obsession with bands, school bands, marching bands.
Oh, marching bands make any song 10 times better. I know I say that a lot, or the 10 times better part, but I'm telling you, it just adds, like, let's be honest. Now, some songs, it's very hard to keep creating new music without it sounding very similar to either other artists or even of their own songs. But I don't think it's ever happened with BTS, and that's kind of why I'm just like,
I've been craving a BTS song, because here's the thing, I sometimes watch marching bands doing covers, in football.
oh yeah, like,
And like, for example, shout out to Ohio State and Temple University. Those universities that they made like covers for Panic at the Disco, which I love. And they did Idol. I think Temple did Idol. Yeah, they did Idol, and they did another song. They did Boy with Love. When they did Idol, it was just like amazing, and I was obsessed. And I was like, oh my god, did they ever do a marching band like song? I flipped the biggest poop. And when this song came out, especially like the Call Me Prima Kinetic Manifesto, that video deserves so many likes. And people literally just trashed on it. Like, yes, I do love the official video, but this one video, it was so good because you can see just, how they are as performers, and how they put their power into. And the lab, the lab dance company, they're so good, and they're so they're like a family. Like, I follow them on Instagram, and they're such a big family. And you will see their videos, how they practice this, and how they would hype the group. They would do their best to give the best performance ever. Like Central Park, for example. I mean, Central Station.
Yeah, Grand Central Station.
Grand Central Station. I mean, that performance was amazing because of how both BTS and the dance group, they bonded so well. And yeah, this song, I mean, I'm obsessed with it. Even up to today, I still sing it out loud. I'm sad that quarantine, we went into quarantine and school got canceled, because this song would have been hyped if we performed it.
FYI, for the people who are watching this and do not know, we have a club at our school, and we were supposed to perform this song at like an event that our club was eventing.
Yeah, like a banquet. Eventing.
Listen.
A banquet,
and so we were gonna do like this beautiful mix, and we couldn't, but it's okay. Honestly, the thing is, I'm okay with the fact that it can wait, because right now I feel like we should be grateful for the fact that we don't really have anything to stress about. So I think it's okay.
Not. I mean, because we also had a really short amount of time to practice it. So but yeah, this song, I mean, I'm obsessed with it. Just the vocals, the performance, extremely powerful. The lyrics. I mean, one of my favorite lyrics is like, you gotta go insane to stay.
Yes. You told me how I mentioned that in my psychology discussion, because that's how good that quote is.
Yeah. Like, literally.
Like, you gotta go insane to stay sane. Like,
exactly.
That is so genius.
And it's so, like, this song is just so uplifting, because yes, you go through pain, but that's the only way you're gonna cope with it. Like, you're gonna get
Bring it on.
Exactly.
Bring it
on. It's just wow. And the percussion, I mean, they needed this song. And I hope that this whole corona thing goes away anytime soon, so they can finally do award shows here in the US, and they can finally show what they're capable of.
Yes, I agree.
Because people are gonna flip the biggest poop.
Wait, how are they gonna do billboards? It's billboard season. What are they gonna do?
I don't know. That is a great
how are they gonna do that?
Are they gonna postpone it?
I'm interested. Hold up, but I'm interested. I didn't think about this. I did not think about this before just now. This is great.
Postponing it. I have a feeling they might be.
I don't think they're gonna postpone it, because we don't know when this is gonna die down.
Yeah, but at the same time, we don't know.
Everyone thought, by beginning of April, everything's gonna be fine. Look where we are. We haven't even reached our peak yet.
No, I mean, our peak is gonna be probably by next week.
Or May.
Or May. It's gonna be May. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Anyways, I feel like On is that song.
On was that song, and it deserved a lot more.
Yes, it did.
Mm,
I felt really bad at the fact that they had to keep performing it in empty audiences, and it's super upsetting.
like they haven't even heard it with people.
I don't even know what the fan chants sound like.
Exactly. Like I've been putting it on, like, you know, like doing the fan chant, trying to figure it out where specifically. But like, I don't know. It's sad. I mean, it's been kind of a couple depressing promotion.
Yeah.
But yeah, this song deserved a lot more.
Well, I don't want to say anything problematic, right? I definitely don't want to say that this song is better than. But don't mention him. Why are you tainting this podcast with that man's name? Don't do that. Don't. Now you gotta edit that out. What is going on?
I made it problematic enough. Okay, sorry.
Anyways, no, I mean problematic in the sense where I say this song is better than another song, but honestly, it's there. It is there. This song, I can definitely tell you, it is probably one of my favorite songs the rap line has ever done. Are you like this song makes you want to punch somebody, but like in a good way? I don't know how to explain it.
Oh.
I felt like this is kind of like their fifth cipher in a way, I think, but not calling it a cipher. But it definitely has cipher feels. Like it definitely gives me like cipher part 3 vibes. 100%.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, again, me sounding like, I don't know, rap line, they're kind of like, you know, that iconic trio that everybody wants to have.
The Holy Trinity, yes.
Yes, they are the Holy Trinity. Me personally, my favorite part about the song, I mean, honestly speaking, is probably Hobie's verse. Like, let's be completely honest.
Oh
I just think Hobie bodied his verse. But like they all did. So I can't give credit to only him. I have to give credit to all 3 of them.
Yes.
But Hobie's verse.
Well, here's the thing. Not that I want to sound problematic again, because I'm a cipher enthusiast myself and love tier. Outer tier.
But outer tier is number 1.
Yeah, outer tier is queen.
I don't care what anybody says. Outer tier is number 1. This song, I can definitely tell you, it is probably one of my favorite songs the rap line has ever done.
This song actually took me a while to grow on.
Honestly, me too, only because I didn't really, for me, like how you said that it took a while for it to grow on you, for me, I think the same way, but I think that's probably because I listened to like a good like chunk of the album already, so it's very hard for you to like every album because obviously you're gonna pick and choose your favorites. So like this song, like I love it now, but when I first listened to it, I was kind of like
indifferent.
Let me listen to it again, kind of thing.
Yeah, that happened to me. Like I was indifferent to it. I was like, oh, okay, you know, typical rap line, it's fine. I would say it took me like a whole 2 days to go through it again. You know, like just listen to that, like the song. Just that's when it hit me. Like, oh my god. Especially like, I'm sorry, but Hovey in this part is just he just went off. Yeah, that flow. You know, it's a typical flow with what he does in Outer Tier. It's just, you know, he does it here again, of course in a different way because Outer Tier is more emotional, but those flow moments that he has, he's the only one that can do this. Yes, Namjoon is an amazing rapper. Yoongi, you know, he likes playing around and he does it so well and he's so powerful, but Hoseok, he's just, you know, he has a way to play with his rap and it's so good. You know?
The way I've always compared the 3 of them is that there's different types of rap. There's like the lyricist rap. There's kind of like the hype rap, like kind of like, I don't want to say mainstream rap because mainstream rap nowadays is kind of like out the window. Like I do not want to compare Hobie to that, but like it's kind of like
trap.
Yes, Hobie is like the trap, exactly. And then I would think Yoongi is kind of like the lyricist.
Yeah.
And then Namjoon is kind of like overall. Like he kind of like has like he's like the staple rapper. Like he's just he's an all-round rapper, 100%. Like a very well-rounded rapper.
That's why it creates you know, that's how they make the Holy Trinity. I mean, they're so different, but they match so well.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it worked, you know. They experimented with Cypher 1, they did really good in Cypher 2. Cypher 3, I think it's one of like the best ciphers, like the first best cipher. And then Cypher 4, I mean, it's kind of like low tier to Cypher 3, but it's still up there, you know.
Cypher 4 was kind of like, we're big now, so...
Right. Kind of like, you know, after we slayed you with Cypher 3, why do we need to slay you again? Well, we already know. Unexpected, completely unexpected, but amazing. And this song, you know, it was kind of like, okay, yeah, expected from rap line, but you know, at the same time,
like unexpected as well. I did not. I like that
because you hear new things. You hear like, you know, when they play with Aham.
Oh yeah, Aham.
Okay, Aham.
Yes.
And also like you hear Yoongi being more playful.
Yeah, I love it when he's like he just like it's just so like, you know, that one what was it? I think it was, I forgot if it was an award show or if it was like an end countdown or something where he stopped rapping just because like it was at the time where people thought they were lip syncing and he just stopped rapping and he's that little playful smirk that he always does.
Mic drop. I think it was for an award show. It could have been Melon. I think it was Korean Artist Award or Melon, something like that. But I remember it was for Mic Drop, and he was just like,
well, it's what it like
we good.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's fine. But yeah, this song was just, you know, it took me a while, but now it's, you know, I can hear it and I'll be like, okay.
But now we are into beautiful vocal line. Must say, I will say with all my army ego, best vocal line. The thing is, because what people don't understand is that, okay, you can sing as well as you want, but it doesn't matter how well you can sing when it's not that everybody sounds the same, but it's like when it comes to a vocal line, like a lot of vocalists, they have to stand out, and that's what makes them them. That's what makes them so unique and why everyone likes them so much. It's because every single vocalist has their own vocal color. Whereas I'm not calling out any other group because I also like other groups' vocalists. So, and everyone's talented in their own way. But it's just, even like, for example, American artists, like these groups of people, not that they all sound the same, but it's just they don't have anything setting them apart from the other vocalists, and that's where BTS doesn't lack. Like they have them, they're very different from each other, and they complement each other very well.
I do agree with that.
Shit.
This song, I mean, it was, I expected something like this because it kind of had the same like vibe as it did with Lost, for example. It gave me that,
but Lost was more a beat.
Yeah, Lost was more upbeat, but it also gave me like it was not unexpected from vocal line. I love this song. I mean, it's also like the lyrics are very touching, but I would say not that I don't like this song. It was more like I didn't expect much from it because vocal line already has exposed. I mean, with Truth Untold, I was not expecting that when that came out. I
saw produced by Stevie Aoki. I thought we were getting a Mic Drop Part 2, but that was not the case. That was not the case.
So yeah, I thought it was kind of like something hype. And then like, what? So yeah, I mean, Truth Untold, completely unexpected, and it made everyone cry, period. For me, Truth Untold and House of Cards hold a very special.
No, we're talking about 0 o'clock.
I know, but like what I'm saying is that, you know, comparing to all those songs that have really impacted me, 0 o'clock, it was like, okay, you know.
I feel like 0 o'clock is definitely kind of like the cherry on top. I understand what you mean, where it's not like the main course, like it's not something that you would listen to, but it's like after you listen to like that song, you listen to this song to kind of like ease into, you know, whatever it is.
This song definitely eases into, you know, a section of the album that goes into like a really soft mode. Because the next following songs, it just goes
like after and then you go into this song. After this, it's kind of just like
this
like,
is
you know what it is? Like the coming of age movies.
Yes.
Like that's literally the vibe that the rest of this album has after this song, especially Moon. No, Inner Child, Friends, and Moon, they all have that vibe where they could be put into a movie as a soundtrack and it would go so well. Yes.
Well, Inner Child actually reminds me of. Yeah, I would say it reminds me of a coming of age movie, or like an anime.
Yes.
Yeah, like this is kind of like the anime section of the album.
Anime openings.
Anime
Your
weep.
name.
Oh, oh my.
Now moving on to my baby, my child.
Yes. Oh my god, this song is so Taehyung.
It is 100% him. It is like, no, I couldn't imagine. Like, Singularity and Stigma, yes, they were Taehyung songs, but the thing is, they didn't show off his vocals as much as they could have. And I feel like this song definitely shows off all aspects of his vocals, not just
Right.
kind of the deep, like,
The deep.
what's the word? What's the word? I took
No,
music
no, it's not
appreciation.
tempo.
Like bass, like baritone.
Yeah, the baritone
Ish,
voice,
whatever.
the vocal
Yes,
color,
the low
the
octaves.
vocal color. Yeah, yeah, I do agree. Like Taehyun is super talented. I mean, this song is so OST, also.
Yes, 100%.
Like it's just so cute and so like it's a song that you'll be like. You prefer just driving it like on the beach and just opening the windows and just be like, this song.
You know what it is? This song, I mean, obviously, it makes me feel things that I haven't felt before, which is very rare. Like, a song doesn't really do that to me, but not only that, it makes me feel nostalgic.
Yeah,
Like,
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, like, it just, I don't know how, like, what am I missing? But it makes me feel nostalgic.
And, like, it's that one, it's what he's trying to convey, you know, something that you're going back in time, you know,
Yeah,
and
he conveyed it really well.
Yeah, like kind of like embracing that inner child, you know, those childhood memories. And yeah, you've changed throughout the period of time, but you know, you still embrace it. You're still that child. You like enjoying life as it is. And it's honestly so Taehyung. Like here, you see more of Taehyung that you've seen in Singularity and Stigma. I mean, Stigma was part of like, I feel like it was more of a concept thing. Singularity was also kind of like a concept thing, but at the same time, the like kind of like maturity of Taehyung. Yes. And then this one is just overall Taehyung, and it's beautiful. I love this song.
Yeah, it's a really, I know I keep saying that it's my favorite song, but it's such a good song that you can't help but listen to it anytime it comes on. Like you can't, like you can't skip this song. It's that good. I'm so excited to see what he has, like what kind of music he'll be putting out in the future. I'm super excited because this is just kind of like, you know, your toes in the water type of thing, where this is kind of like a taste of what we'll get in the future. I'm super excited. I'm 100% so proud. I know I sound like such a shooter for Taehyung, but like I'm so excited. I can't help but like
no,
so
definitely
proud.
I do agree with that. Like it's gonna be really good. Let's have a moment. Let me just drink some water real quick. Let me just.
Okay, well.
All right, Jessica.
If I start, tears will start falling. So I'll let you start because I've spoke too much.
Okay, let me just start off with the fact that Big Hit played on. Because we were like, they're not gonna give us that. You know, at first everybody was like, nah, they're gonna give us that mini money stuff, and you know, they're gonna give us the Teggy stuff. You know, those duets. They're not gonna give us the one collaboration that we need because they don't like us that much. They like hating on them, and they know they're strong. And people always, I'm not gonna get to it, but when they finally said that this song was literally the meaning of their friendship of 95 lines. Oh my god, Jessica. Like I almost woke up my pants, and it was just wow. And then the song came out, and I thought it was gonna be, I mean, it's emotional, but at the same time it was a really upbeat tempo at the beginning, and you're like, oh my god, this is the storyline that we all needed, and it's so cute. And then you read the lyrics and you just get completely devastated because they talk real stuff. Like they bash at each other, they will fight like a married couple.
Dumplings, hello.
You know, the dumpling incident, the typical, like, you know, they'll be fighting, they'll be beating the crap out of each other, but the next day they'll just like go out to drink and they'll be bonding like nothing happened. And oh my god, this is what I needed in my life. Those behind the scenes of the people that would collaborate on this album, you know, the people here in the US, the choir, and it made me even more emotional and I'm trying not to talk so much anymore because I'm already getting emotional myself. So take the wheel.
Basically, right? So like I said, right, 5 in the morning. This was I didn't even start at the beginning of this album. I was told that this song was a V-Min subunit, and I said I'm listening to this first. When I tell you my mom had to hug me to comfort me because I was in tears, I'm literally about to start crying again. So I don't know, again, I don't know how people that know, but the people that don't know, I double bias V-Min, well, Taehyung and V, and BA does too.
That's basically how we started talking.
Yeah.
Like, that's how this friendship emerged, because we said V-Min? Like, V-Min?
Yeah. But it's kind of like what I love, because I love them individually as well as them, like their friendship together. I admire their friendship so much to the point where it's kind of like my end goal, where that's like a friendship like theirs, or even like a relationship like theirs, even if it's with a significant other, just something that they have is what I want. And I can't help, like, do you know how blessed I feel to be able to like witness something as genuine as their friendship? I can't even begin to describe. I love their friendship in words that I can't even put together. And they are soulmates. It's period. I'm not even like a delulu, like, oh, you know, they're a thing. Like, no, like they are soulmates. Like, you can't even deny that. Whether it's platonic, whether it's romantic, I don't know what you believe in, but they are soulmates regardless. And you cannot deny that.
It's a song that Namjoon couldn't get involved in.
Because there's no way to describe a friendship like theirs other than them.
Kim Namjoon that has like 500 plus songs on the Korean songwriting list, whatever, like, he just doesn't know how to explain.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've been through so much.
It's not that they didn't get along, because like when you read like their old like high school things where Jimin was, you know, he went to the school and Taehyung saw him and he was like, hey guys, take care of him. It was just, if I say anything else, I will start crying. So we're just going to in case you didn't notice, it is my favorite song off of probably my favorite BTS song in general.
This song, heard Jimin, I'm like, oh my god. And then I heard Taehyung and I'm like, oh my god.
You can tell they mean it when they say it, and I hate that I sound so delusional.
Back 2 years ago. Yes.
This is what this song is. That is the song that is played during that scene. This is it.
Literally. Amen. I mean, this song is Moon.
I love this song. This song is so adorable. I love Jin so much. He loves us so much.
This is a change in his, you know, the type of songs that he has done, and it's so good. Mm-hmm. I love this song. And
this is Jin for me. This is him.
Yeah, because you hear, like, you know, just the playful. There's like a lot of playfulness in the song at the same time, but it's like, you know, it's how it's just like an affection of love. It's so Jin. It's like the playful Jin that we know. Just the references of the moon. It's so beautiful.
The whole metaphor is just so adorable, and I think it's only something that honestly he could do, because we all know how much he loves us and how much he loves his members as well. So it's only obvious that it's a song that conveys that love.
Especially, like, it gives a relief after, you know, seeing him all the time bashing on Weavers, playing on with armies and really
bullying us on Weavers.
Marry me, Jin. No, marry yourself. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's fine.
We'll be fine, I guess.
But I think I love that the most about him is the fact that he can be so comfortable. But the thing is, even though he says it, because I know I read somewhere that the people translating that usually translates his posts, it always sounds harsher than it is, because all of the time, really, not even most of the time, all the time that he comments, it's always in a playful tone. But the thing is, it's hard to convey that tone, you know, through translation.
Yeah, especially through textual stuff, you know. Yeah. Like, unless you put emojis, you won't know. I love this song. This song is just really nice.
I love this song. I know I keep comparing songs to movies, but I'm gonna do it again. This song, you know what I feel like when I first heard it? No coming of age movie, a Disney Pixar movie. That's where this song belongs. And I know I'm right, so it's okay.
So I actually saw like a campfire. You know, it's a typical campfire
song. Why did I think Camp Rock? This is not the time for Camp Rock right now.
Camp Rock 2, iconic.
But yeah, no, it's definitely like, kind of like, you know, Inside Out? Like, there's like a scene where they like, I don't know. I see a scene like where they're traveling through like whatever, it's all pretty, and this is the
Oh, I
song.
see it. I see it.
I love this song. This song is
Yeah.
it's like happiness in a song. It's very nice. I don't know what it is. His voice is like silver. Cause you know, like I said, everybody has their own vocal tone, like vocal
Right.
color or whatever. His is like a silver. It's very clear and it's very just
It's like delicate, but it's powerful at the same time.
yes.
Well, delicate would be more of Jimin, but this is soft, but it's powerful.
He has the I talk like I know. It's just please understand when you know what I mean by doing
Yes.
this.
It's loud. That's the only first word that
Not loud.
Okay.
Yes, it's loud. It's
like
volume.
outspoken.
He has
like this
volume.
This song.
You know, I'm really. You know how everyone was like, oh, but I wanted Yoonmin, or oh, I wanted Mini Money, or that kind of thing.
Right.
I'm actually really happy with the way the subunits came out. Not because only Yoonmin, but also because of Namjoon and Yoongi as well, because they're kind of like they were the first. They're like
Yeah.
the two that kind of started this off. They've been a thing since like what? I don't know if I remember the exact date. It's like November 13th, 2010.
Yeah, November 3rd. Well, or was it
Or
October?
11th, November 11th to November 13th. I don't know. I have the meme. I have it saved in my phone somewhere. But like when they moved in together.
Yeah, I mean definitely. Namjoon and Yoongi just have history from the very beginning. You've seen it when they won their desangs, their first desangs for Wings. And this song, you expected it to be you expected it to maybe be touchy, but it's just fun because it's kind of like that relationship of like they respect each other, even though like in Korea they use a lot of honorifics and age matters and such, and that whole playful slang at the end that they're like
They're little. I think
What is
I don't
respect?
remember if I don't remember. Okay.
Oh, well, but like how they just play around, like they know each other so well, and they know how to play around with that. And
Yeah.
even Namjoon has said that they have so much fun doing this duet. For me, it's not something that it's not a song that has grown. Like it has grown on me, but it took me a while to grow. But at the same time, it was that duet that we needed.
Yes.
It was like you said, it was that duet. Like they only, just like women, that how they have their friendship. Namgi has also like a connection. It's basically the base of Bangtan. It's the
Yeah,
base
like
of
they are the foundation, and this
Yeah,
song
they're
kind of
foundation.
represents that. It's just the building blocks, and I agree.
and it's like it's this song kind of settles like they've always searched for respect. They've always, even you've seen it on first few interviews that they've done, or variety shows, how there's one specifically that they were bashing at them for not being rap stars, but like
Oh yeah, being idol rappers. I remember that.
yeah, and they are the two people that would spoke for the group, that they defend the group, because they know, they've gone through so much together.
Yeah.
And this song is kind of like a culmination, kind of like, oh, we finally got that respect.
It definitely gives a taste of their history, and I think that's probably why I like it so much.
Yeah, I like it. I like it too.
The last song. Oh no, it's not the last song.
No,
But
it's not.
kind of like the
We're Bulletproof, Eternal. The Eternal or Eternal?
the eternal.
Okay. I expected, and I kind of didn't expect it.
I did not expect this at all. It's kind of this hit me the same way Truth Untold hit me. I did not expect this at all. I was expecting Jungkook, rapper Jungkook, like
Yes.
Jungkook, like that kind of shit. But no, I did not get that. I got a Sob Fest instead.
I expected kind of like, I don't know if you heard We Are Bulletproof Part 1.
Yes.
New
Yes.
Deep Clean. Yes.
We
Okay. Yes, that song deserved a studio version, but anyways, I expected something hype, but then at the same time I saw The Eternal, and I was like, okay, maybe it has like a soft side, but maybe it could be like Auto Tier, which I dig. It could be like it had that rap, but it's also like emotional. So yeah, like it was. I expected that, and then when I heard just the piano, I was like, okay, this is gonna be kind of like microcosmos. For sure, this is gonna be the last song of the concert.
100%. There's no doubt about that. 100%.
Period. That's known for sure. And it's just beautiful. I mean, I've gotten emotional in this song, and to the point that like it takes me a lot to listen to this song, unless I'm really, really, really depressed. Because I also don't want to spoil myself into when the concert happens. You know, just.
Oh, yeah. I feel like I have to desensitize myself to this song because I didn't do that with Microcosmos, and I couldn't listen to it for a whole year.
Oh, definitely. I still can't.
Well, no, it hasn't been a year yet. I could have listened to it for a whole 6 months.
I still can't listen to Microcosmos.
Yeah.
Like one day I was fine with Microcosmos. On the plane back from New Jersey, I was sobbing. My sister played Microcosmos on the plane, and we were sobbing. So I feel like this is gonna be the same thing because this song already gets me emotional because I already know how it's gonna set up.
Yeah, exactly. Microcosmos did not get me emotional at first. It was a very pretty song that I liked a lot. Like it's my favorite song off of Persona. But this song, the fact that it's getting me emotional already, and I haven't even seen it live yet, I can already tell what's ahead of me, and I do not like it one bit.
Well, but that's the thing, because I think we're also aware that it's gonna have the same effect as Microcosmos.
So will we be less affected? Because we already know what to expect. How is it gonna work?
I don't know. That's a great.
I don't know.
Because I feel like with the whole adrenaline that we're gonna have from the concert, we were sure gonna cry, but like we're kind of gonna be like, I knew it. This song was gonna make me sob, and we're gonna be crying. Still like we are bulletproof. You know.
I don't know about you, but like to me, this song, because when it comes to sad songs, I feel like I like loud songs because then you can kind of like swallow yourself in the noise, if that makes sense. Like when a song is kind of like a very like low tempo type of thing, it's like you can kind of vibe with it if you're sad, but this song, it kind of like swallows you whole and just like you're just wallowing in your sadness at that point. Like it's kind of like you can't get out until the song is over, and that's how I feel like with this song.
This song gets you emotional throughout the whole song. You know, it's like Louder Than Bombs. Louder Than Bombs, you know, has that loud.
Yeah. That loud, like where it kind of like it consumes you. That's what it is.
It makes you, Louder Than Bombs is more like it makes you sad, but like angry sad. This song just makes you sad, like want to cry.
Yeah. No. I don't know. I'm not ready. I'm not like Namjoon said, how he really can't really talk about the song without crying. That's kind of like me right now. So.
Yeah. I mean, it hits.
It really does. Are we moving on to the next song?
Definitely.
Yes. So, I mean, we can consider this the last song because on with Sia. Oh wait, what? They did not skip Ego.
No, it's next.
No, this is the last song on the album.
We need to put Ego though, because I need to talk about that song.
We're gonna talk about Ego. Ego is gonna be our last song.
Really quickly. On featuring Sia.
On featuring Sia, I will not lie. It was very, I don't want to say very because that's kind of mean, but it was disappointing to me, only because I know Sia as a vocalist and I know how powerful her vocals can be, and I felt like her vocals were not properly portrayed in the song. I felt like what they did was they took the song, changed the chorus to English lyrics, and then put her overlaid her vocals on top of the original vocals. And that's kind of why everyone doesn't like it, because when it comes to remixes, like for example Ida with Nicki, like yes, it kind of felt like her verse was kind of put into the song, but at least it was a big, it was a big part of the song.
And you can hear Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, but for Sia, it was kind of like, it was definitely not what I was expecting, and I mean that in like the sincerest, kindest way possible, because I still listen to it regardless of how I feel. I still listen to it and I still like it, but it's just compared to the other albums, the other songs, it just didn't.
The next featuring that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, but I can't listen to it because I expected a lot more from Sia. Because for example, I like her song, especially that she portrays her high soprano voice. You know, her, I wouldn't say soprano, but her high pitch voice.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
And I even expected harmonies, like on the chorus, like there's harmonies that Jimin and Jungkook does at the end. You know, like rain be pouring,
Yes,
sky
yes,
keep
yes.
falling.
Well, she kind of did that. She did do that. But the thing is, I think what bothered me the most is she had a twang in her voice that I didn't know she had, and it kind of, I didn't want to say it ruined it, but it made me want to prefer the original song.
Yes, I do agree with that too. I mean, I see what you're talking about. And I feel like maybe if she has done like harmonies, like, you know, the rain be pouring, sky keep falling every day, oh, na, na, na. My voice is fucked up right now, but like if she did like played around with the chorus, it would have been actually better.
Yeah,
Because
I
it's a
felt
song
like
that she could have done more.
she could have. I think what happened was she tried, I don't know how the process went about,
Right.
but I think she just kind of tried to stay at the vocal range, because the part that she sang was Taehyung's part in that song. Like, it was his part of the chorus, and so I think she kept the same vocal range, the same like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah. She tried to keep it up there because I feel I also understand her in the point of, you know, a lot of like ARMY always bash at the featurings, like what happened with Halsey, you know, and who else? Well, with Nikki also, you know, all those featurings that they're like, oh no, they're like taking off this part, they're taking out this member's part. When they should that way, like with Love, for example, would Make It Right also, you know.
Yeah, they took Taehyung's part completely out, and everyone was really mad about that.
Yeah, and like it's unnecessary because we already know that in the original part, this, like, they're going to be there. She was probably like, I'm not gonna mess with this.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because I know a lot of her fans were saying how she's very private about her life, and so she doesn't want anyone kind of like going into her territory, which is completely understandable. I mean, like I said, the song's not as bad as everyone's saying it is, because it's still on, like, it's still same song, but it's just a version that I wouldn't I still voluntarily listen to it. I still listen to it on occasion. It's just, it could have been better. Now we're going to talk about the epitome of sunshine, of happiness, of serotonin, our lovable Hobi.
And what screwed me over with the theme of this album, I mean, I did not expect it, but it's so Hobi.
It's, any song Hobi does is just Hobi. Like, I will say it right now, I don't know if I made it obvious enough, but he is probably he is my favorite rapper out of the three. I don't know what it is. It's just,
I love all three. I'm OT7 guys.
Well, yeah, no, of course. That's obviously, it's like having a bias in the group. I have a bias in the rap line, and it's Hobi.
I mean, for me, with all the raps, I mean, I respect all of them, but always Hobi manages to play around so much, and with every rap line song or rap overall, you know, it's just Hobi's rap attracts me.
When I first listened to it, I was kind of like, again, this is the embodiment of who Hobi is, or I should say who J-Hope is, because this whole song is about like him coming to terms with how he has like two personalities, even though they're kind of the same, but how he has to keep himself at a standard when he's J-Hope, and how he can be himself when he's Hobi. But I definitely feel like this song is just kind of, I don't think there is a better way that they could have ended this album. I don't think that there could have been, because it's like we were talking about how like the last bit of the album, the last part of the album was very like nostalgic, very like, you know, anime opening, and just, you know, like OST type of things. This is definitely like the sweet to the, I don't want to say bitter, because obviously they weren't bitter, but it's a very nice mix. It's kind of like sweet and salty, you know. This definitely, it's like cherry on top, and I 100% I vibe with it.
I consider it like a celebratory song.
Yes.
You know, I
like
mean,
4th of July type shit.
Yes, but it also reminds me of like kind of like, I don't know if it's the first time I heard it, because again, I'm from South America myself, so I heard like a lot of like samba sort of vibes. Very Hobi, because I mean, again, Daydream.
It's the trumpets.
Yeah, you know, it's just that vibe of celebratory. This song, at first, it shocked me at first, because again, we had Black Swan, we had Shadow, very dark. And then this song comes out, and at first I'm like, oh my god, this is
Yeah.
so hype. But then I was like, oh my god, this is so holy, and I love it. Like, I hear it every time, and how it escalates. You know, how it does the same thing as Persona, that it goes back from like the older videos, and at the same time, you know, it leads to kind of like it changes the sound. In the car, that sounds freaking amazing.
I'm so excited to hear this song in concert. I am so excited.
All gonna be hyping this song so much. I like this dance. Mama was one of my favorite songs. You know, again,
Yeah.
you know, upbeat. I expected that song so much, but this song is my favorite J-Hope solo from
solo.
BTS albums. I mean,
Yes.
Mixtape, Hope World, Blessed, but
That
this
whole thing
song,
was just
yes,
godsend.
this song is just amazing. Like, I hear it all the time.
I agree. He really doesn't disappoint, and I know how much, like, you can tell how much he puts, well, they all put in so much effort into their music, and that's why I think their versatility is unmatched, like incomparable, like anything. Like, it's just, again, not saying that other people don't, I'm just saying that they are just inexplainable. Whatever. I don't know grammar.
I know the right term for this. They embrace their individuality.
Amen.
That's it. That's what it is about BTS. They embrace their individuality, which is expressed here, and
Mhm.
it has been expressed since Wings, which
Mhm.
is great. But they're just that group that, you know, a lot of people complain they use a lot of genres. They just embrace everything. That's why they are the perfect group. That's why a lot of people love them.
Yeah, I
They
agree.
just create, you know, amazing content, and they have so much to offer individually as well as together.
I agree.
And I don't know how that came out of my mind, but it worked.
That's why I never understand why people, because, you know, a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people come for our vocal line.
Right.
But for me, what bothers me is that they say that knowing very well that BTS was originally formed as a hip hop group. That's why our rappers are extremely good.
Right. They're
Not
more.
saying that our vocalists aren't really good. They are really good. For artists that originally started off to be a hip hop group, they grew immensely that you couldn't even tell. Like, I would, like, if I didn't know, like, if I was a random person that didn't know BTS at all and you told me that, I would have been completely shocked. Like, their growth is insane.
That's what BTS is, and they are doing a great job, whether people like it or not. If they don't see it themselves, they see it in the charts. But anyways, moving on.
No, that's a whole different topic, because I feel like that topic needs to be addressed, where people, I know it sounds very biased because we're both armies, but I feel like a lot of people take the fact that BTS is big and they use that as an excuse to shit on them, because, like they said in, like, oh, you're big, I can say whatever I want, it won't affect you anyways, you're still getting your money, that kind of thing.
Right.
Like, a lot of the thing that bothers me the most, and I told you this already, is the fact that nowadays BTS is everyone's token hate group.
Right.
Like they think that because they are so big and that because of their popularity that they can say whatever they want and we can't say anything about it, because it just makes us look like any, you know, stereotypical army that they think of. And, like, no, that's not the case. If I'm not allowed to talk shit about your group, you're definitely not allowed to talk shit about my group, and that's how it should be.
Exactly. And it's a struggle, unfortunately, that we still go through. I mean, we've
Struggle.
seen each other.
It's just a pain in the ass. It's not really a struggle, but
Yeah,
like,
but like, you
it's
try to
just
be
people being ignorant
respectful,
and not
right?
knowing what to do.
You try to be respectful, but they still bash you right in front of you. And instead of, like, you know, trying to keep your image, you know, but inside
Yeah.
you're just raging. You're like, seriously, is that really necessary? I mean,
Yeah.
each group has their stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And
Each group has the reason why you like them. That's why there are people who like multiple groups, because there is something that a group appeals to them in this way, but this one appeals to them in another way. It's all about preference, and people shouldn't bash other people about it, even if they are considered the, you know, mainstream, but they're not mainstream. I don't think BTS is mainstream. I'm going to be honest with you. The mainstream, I know what mainstream is. The music that BTS makes is not mainstream. You can call them mainstream because of their popularity, but their music is beyond that. And I say that with my army ego out to you. For anyone watching this, if there's anything, probably I like the two people watching it, it's gonna be me and you, but it doesn't matter. If there's anything that you would like us to either review or talk about, because this is the start, this is just the start of our podcast. This is probably the setup of how we're gonna be doing it for a couple months until school starts back up again.
Until Corona stops tormenting us.
Yeah. But I mean, it's something that we'll get used to. Hopefully we can do something fun. And talk about some things that maybe you want us to talk about. Maybe, I don't know.
Give us any feedback if you have any opinions, whether they are relating to what we have said or even if it contrasts with whatever we've said. I mean, we're completely open about it. And yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. That was it. This was Gia's Borabang. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Borabang. We will put it in the description.
Borabang.
Borabang. Because it's like adorabang, like adorable. Borabang.
Borabang. Yeah, you know.
Doesn't matter. It's insignificant.
We'll put it down.
Anyway.
Okay.
It's
And
okay.
this was Gia's Borabang.
We love you.
Yes.
Stay safe. Wash your hands.
next
Don't go
time.
outside.